Hello YouTube, my name is Nero, and welcome back to the Madden NFL 16 playthrough. With the last episode, we did mostly the off-season, right? And I left off the video asking, what do you guys think, what team I should join? But then I really thought to myself, like, I did not give you guys enough information as to what team you may want me to actually join. Now, keep in mind, this is going to ultimately come down to my decision, but I wanted to get your guys' feedback as well. So there's actually going to be a straw poll down there in the video description where you guys can go ahead and vote for which team I should join. And with this video, it should be short, relatively. I'm just going to be showing you guys the roster of every single team now that free agency is essentially wrapped up. Of course, we have one more week, so there's going to be one more week's worth of signings, but we can't really control that. We have to sign this week or I retire. I want to show you guys exactly what these teams have actually done, so we can go ahead and do that here in this video. So let's start things off here. What we got? We got Bengals, we got Browns, Chiefs, Niners. These are teams I can probably remember pretty easily. And we're just going to show you guys the rosters because some of them have made some pretty significant changes. So let's go ahead and show you guys that. So the Bears, who are still in contention, let's show you their team real quick. So they have no quarterback. They need one. Why can't it go down? All right, here we go. Running back, we have Justin Forsett, 84 overall, 33-year-old. Not looking so great running back-wise, in my opinion. Brand new fullback, only 1 year experience. And then receiver-wise, they did get Emmanuel Sanders and Jalen Strong. But aside from that, Charles Johnson, Jared Boykin, a bunch of lower-tier receivers, in my opinion. But Martellus Bennett, big old 6'6" Martellus Bennett. That's something to keep in mind. If we just look at the overall team here, you can see their defense isn't very good. They have pretty much low overalls across the board. Let's go down here to Bengals, which admittedly, this is the team I'm leaning towards right now. Great offense, pretty poor defense. It looks to be a lot of fun. So quarterback-wise, they have Andy Dalton, but he's only an 81 overall now. Apparently, he's been struggling. Go down here to running back, Jeremy Hill, 94 overall, 26-year-old. Go here at fullback, 86 overall, 24-year-old Ramon Jose, I think's how you pronounce it. Then you got AJ Green, Brandon LaFell, Mohamed Sanu, and then down here you have like Corey Fuller and Brashad Perriman. I've never heard of him. And then Dre Ballard. So pretty good receivers, all things considered. Then if you go here at tight end, you got Tyler Eifert, 88 overall. It looks pretty good, right? But you look at the overall team, all their best players are on the offense. They have a couple of good defenders, but for the vast majority of it, their defense, 80 overall-ish, pretty poor defense, pretty explosive offense. Could be interesting. And I backed all the way there, and I apologize for that. I did not mean to back out all the way there. Scroll down here. The Browns are looking at me, so let's take a look at the Cleveland Browns. They have Deshaun Gibson still. Which is good. They don't have him anymore in real life. They have Ryan Lee, which is very close to Ryan Leaf. So they have really no quarterback whatsoever. At running back, an 80 overall Nate Childers. Fullback, a 78 overall 30-year-old. Wide receiver. Oh, they got Eric Decker. All right, Eric Decker and Doug Baldwin. All right, not bad. They got a good signing there with John Brown and Nick Ramsey, which is a made-up player, I believe. I like their receiving core, actually. The addition of Eric Decker, I think, is a pretty good one. They do have a pretty old receiving core, but still, not too bad. Not too bad. Then you go here at tight end. They have Jermaine Gresham, 82 overall. Not so keen on that. How's their defense looking? Just looking at the overalls here. A lot of their top players are actually kind of on the defense. Deshaun Gibson, Joe Hayden. Yeah, they appear to be pretty weak overall as well. A lot of these teams, I'm noticing a trend. Pretty weak overall. The Cardinals were one of the teams that were looking at me, weren't they? I can't honestly quite remember. There's 18 of them, and I have to remember which 18, or 17 of them. I have to remember which 17 in the league were looking at me. Maybe, yep, Cardinals were one of them. Ravens, Bengals, okay. Then Chiefs, 49ers. Okay. I thought the Cardinals were one, but I didn't want to show you guys, like, the entire roster of a team that's not even looking at me. That would have been silly. So we scroll down here, and we've got the Cardinals, the Arizona Cardinals. Patrick Peterson is still playing, it would appear. Geno Smith is their quarterback. Obviously, they're not too happy with him right now. Alfred Morris, the running back who caught my first career touchdown. He went to them after leaving Washington, and yeah. 88 overall fullback, not too bad. Receiver-wise, we have, how do you pronounce that? Tariq Manning? Deshaun Jackson. I would be reunited. I don't even know how to pronounce that first name. Is still, wow, they have a lot of wide receivers, but of course those guys are going to be cut before the end of the offseason, or at least before the regular season starts. Then Eric Ebron at tight end, so not a lot of talent. I would be reunited with Deshaun Jackson and Alfred Morris, though, which is something to bear in mind. They have two really good inside linebackers right there. Pretty good left end, right outside linebacker. It looks like of all the teams we've looked at so far, Patrick Peterson, it would appear their defense appears to be the best of the teams that we've looked at so far. Go down here to the Chiefs. Justin Houston, 99 overall. Wow. they've got a pretty stout defense over there in Kansas City. But Alex Smith, I believe, has retired. So they have a 60 overall quarterback right now. One's going to assume if they don't sign me, they're going to be drafting one. Shane Vereen at running back. Ray Rice. Don't make him mad, he'll knock you out. And Darren Sproles. Wow. All right. So they've got 3 former starters in their backfield there. An 80 overall fullback at wide receiver. Jeremy Maclin, Clinton Gooden, Marcus Thompson. Some decent receivers, especially they're young too. You know, they're 80 overalls and they're young. So that's kind of cool. And at tight end, they got Greg Olsen, who's still an 87 overall despite being 34 years old. He wants a Super Bowl. That's what he wants. That's why he's still there. So the Chiefs, I'm not super keen on their offense. Like, they have really no running back. They have a couple of good receivers and a pretty good tight end. And their defense is pretty good. So I would say, I don't know, they probably have the best defense we looked at so far. There's just something about the lack of running back. Like, that's one of the big reasons I've been struggling is lack of, like, run game. And this looks like we would have a severe lack of run game, in my opinion. But I'm showing you guys the entire, you know, everyone that's looking at me. I guess I'll show you guys the Eagles, although I'm not going to the Eagles. Taylor Campbell is obviously their answer, you know. He might have a better overall than I have. I don't know, but he's injured right now. That's why they're wanting to sign me, but it still makes no sense. DeMarco Murray sitting there at 94 overall at wide receiver. They got Jordan Matthews and that guy and Josh Huff. Actually, they're pretty weak at wide receiver. They're probably going to have to rebuild at that. Then they got Zach Ertz, tight end. They had another running back that scored like 11 touchdowns last season. I can't remember who it is. And then, of course, actually, are the Eagles going to be dethroned? They're not having a bunch of 90 over. Okay, their defensive backfield's ridiculously good. Then they got, okay, they seem to be pretty decent. Keep in mind, I'm not going to the Eagles. Falcons, I know are looking at me. Julio Jones. The Falcons, man, there's a lot of... One, it doesn't make sense why would they want me when they have a pretty good 24-year-old quarterback, but they did go like 4-12 last season in my career here, so maybe that's why. Pretty good young running back, 85 overall, Marcus Barnett out of Texas A&M. I do like that. I like Texas A&M. It's my favorite college, if you believe it or not. And you know, some people may say it's because of Johnny Manziel. I can promise you, I was watching Texas A&M back when Steve McGee and Reggie McNeil were quarterback. I don't know why. I picked Texas A&M randomly as my favorite team when I first started getting into college football because the first college football game I watched was the Lone Star Showdown between Texas A&M and Texas, and A&M won. I believe Reggie McNeil was the quarterback of that game. Here's the thing, man, about Atlanta. There's just... they got Randall Cobb in free agency. Look at Atlanta. Oh, my God. Oh, my goodness. Please don't... Oh, okay. I was say, please don't just have an amazing tight end as well. Okay, so I'm not going to lie. Atlanta's looking really good right now. Here's the thing. I can't go to Atlanta and wear number 7. I'd have to change my number to something else. I can't go there and wear Mike Vick's old number. That would just be odd. And Martavius Bryant took my other number, number 10. I don't know. Number 10 and number 7 are my numbers. I guess number 17 as well I could go with, but still, it feels odd. But yeah, Atlanta's offense, holy crap. Like, I wish they had a better tight end, because you guys know how much I love tight ends. But look at these receivers, man. Holy goodness. Like, the sheer talent. Who's down here? Riley Cooper, even. Old racist Cooper himself. He'll come over that fence if you don't watch out. Oh, my gosh. That is... Pardon my French, that is one hell of a receiving core. Holy crap, I have a feeling Atlanta's going to be getting a lot of votes. So let's look at their defense here. What they got defensive-wise? All right, I wouldn't say Marcus Trufant. Desmond Trufant. Pretty good punter, pretty good defensive tackle. Yeah, they're really set. Pretty good defensive end. Okay, lots of 80 overalls after that. But still, they have a lot of very good players. Even if I don't go to their team, I have a feeling with Alex Hernandez here, they're going to have a pretty good go. 49ers are a team that's looking at me. Who do they got? No quarterback whatsoever. All right, 63 overall. That's just awful. Really no running back to speak of. Fullback here, not so much. Wide receiver, we got Torrey Smith, Jason Hunter. It's okay. Torrey Smith's good, but aside from that, meh. And really no tight end. So really nothing going for the San Francisco 49ers right now. Defensive-wise, though, very good middle linebacker, right outside linebacker, strong safety, and then you drop down here to, like, the average 80s and stuff, so not looking so great for them. Giants are a team that is looking at me, and I'm not going to lie, the Giants are tempting, but here's the thing about the Giants, man. I don't want to be in the same division. I don't even want to be really in the same conference. I think it'd be fun to go to an AFC team, but if I don't go to an AFC team, that's okay as well, but I really don't want to stay in the NFC East. Something about just like, I don't know, I'd be facing the Redskins again, which would be interesting to face the Redskins, but I'd still be going up against the Eagles twice a year. I'd still be facing the Cowboys twice a year. and we'd be playing as the Giants. Like, Taylor Hopkins, this was, like, their answer, I suppose. They drafted him. He was pretty good, but he really fell off. He's an 81 overall now. He's having a bad couple of seasons, so I can see why they'd want to replace him. You look here at Adrian Peterson at running back, it's like, whew, that's Adrian Peterson. He's 34 years old, though. He's probably got one season left in him. Then you go here to fullback, not so great at fullback, but at wide receiver, we got OBJ. And then you look here, they have really no other receivers. It's odd they haven't signed any. Maybe they play in the draft. Then you look at Travis Kelce, 97 overall tight end. Like, oh, that's a pretty good offense, although it would be for like 1 year maybe. I mean, Adrian Peterson would go after that, and then who knows who would have at running back. And then at receiver, OBJ is going to be around forever, but can we get other receivers to work around him? Then Travis Kelce is only 29 years old, so he could probably be good for a number of years as well. So it'd be, I feel like it'd be a lot like staying with Washington. I'd have a great tight end, kind of like Jordan Reed, and I'd have a good receiver. Like, obviously, OBJ is better than Sam Nunley, but Sam Nunley's like an 85 overall now, so Sam was developing over the years. They, of course, have Jason Pierre-Paul, a really good defensive tackle, and this guy, good left, wow, really good defensive line. Dallas, or not Dallas, but the Giants have always had a good defensive line, as far back as I can remember anyway. They've always been about that. So their defense appears to be pretty good as well. But, you know, who knows? Jaguars, our team is looking at me. They are defending Super Bowl losers. They have Brock Osweiler. So they made it to the Super Bowl with no quarterback. Or maybe the quarterback they had left and retired. I don't know. But that's odd. All right, so running back. They have no running back. How'd they make it to the Super Bowl? A good fullback. I see that. Oh, let's go up here to wide receiver. No receivers either. How did Jacksonville make the Super Bowl last season? All right, they got Julius Thomas, a tight end. That's something. But aside from that, like, they have nobody, man. Like, odd. Very, very odd. It would appear their defense is actually pretty good. Just looking at the above average amount of 80-plus overalls. Jets, I want to say Jets are a team that's looking at me. I just want to make sure, though. I've been looking at these a lot the past couple of days, so I actually remember a lot. But, yes, we got Jets... Jets, Saints, Ravens, Vikings, Seahawks. Okay. I can try to remember that. I can try to remember that. Let's go here. So let's go down here to the Jets. The New York Jets, not going to lie, I like their jerseys. I like Jets jerseys. That's something. Oops, went down too much. I noticed my D-pad's been going down a lot faster than it should. No real quarterback. Running back, got Tommy Scott. I went past fullback. At fullback, we have an 83 overall. And then Joey Small. Really no real talent on this offense whatsoever. All right, they got Dwayne Allen. There you go. There's your talent. 92 overall tight end. And then defense-wise, let's see here. Okay, so they got the good defensive tackle, good middle linebacker, another good defensive tackle. Yeah, other than that, the defense doesn't seem to be that great either. So Jets, kind of rough. Not going to lie. Jets are a little bit on the rough side. Wow. We're down here to the Ravens, I suppose. Oh, wow. Look at a couple 99 overall kicker and punter, both the same age. That's very good. Oh, the Ravens want me. I think it's because Joe Flacco's on like his last, he's 34 years old. Maybe they're thinking Joe Flacco's done after this. They do have Nick Foles, but he's not that great. I don't know. Mark Ingram at running back, 83 overall. Fullback could be that guy, 74. And then at receiver, they've got this Pickett guy, Percy Harvin, CJ Miles. All right, so decent receivers. Not brilliant, but decent. And then an average overall tight end. So not great, not amazing. Defensive-wise... Yeah, they've got a good amount. Yeah, they got a pretty above average defense. There's a lot of high overall defensive players there as well. I just want to show you guys this. Obviously, I'm not able to go back to the Redskins, but we've been playing with them for so long here. Let's see what they got. Right now, they signed Thomas Hopkins, possibly as my replacement. We'll have to see. CJ's a 90 overall. They also signed Noshawn Marino as his backup. At fullback, Darrell Young still, of course. At wide receiver, Mr. Nunley's an 85 overall. They signed Aaron Dobson. This Devin Funchess. Andre Roberts is back. He was on the team originally when I first joined them, and then Steele Conley's still on the team. But they basically got rid of all those other receivers I had last year, which is really odd. At tight end, so of course. Jordan Reed dropped to an 88. Is that because of his injury? It might have been because of his injury and the fact he didn't have good stats last year. Wow. I would hate for Jordan's career just to kind of like stink after I left, you know. They also signed Earl Thomas. Big signing. Yeah. All right, so let's go down here to the Saints, team that I'm actually getting an offer from. Matt Stafford's our quarterback. Trey Mason is the running back who dominated us in my final game as a Redskin. Here at fullback, we have a 91 overall. Not bad, not bad. At wide receiver, they've got a pretty good receiver core. I'm not going to lie. Julian Edelman, Jarvis Landry, Raynard Albury. I'm not sure if that's a real player. It might be. Victor Cruz, who was hurt, but of course will come back. Then this Bostic guy. And then at tight end, they got Torrey Reed. So pretty good. Well, pretty good team, really. I mean, 84 overall. He's not brilliant, Trey Mason, but he could get better, of course. They have no. I mean, they have Matt Stafford, but he's an 80 overall, and he's in his 30s. Like he's not gonna be their answer, you know. But it would appear, yeah, it would appear defensive-wise, lots of 80 or unders. Oh, I'm sorry, I pressed B again. I'm so used to pressing it to back out of things. Where am I at? All right here and roster. So that was the Saints. Let's just scroll up because that'd be faster. All right, so that was the Saints. Now we have the Seahawks that for some reason want me, despite 99 overall Russell Wilson. I'm not going to go to the Seahawks, guys. That just doesn't make sense for me to replace Russell Wilson. I'll show you the team anyway. Isaiah Crowell, the former Browns running back, wide receiver. They got pretty good receivers. Jermaine Kearse, this Kelly guy, Pierre Garçon. Pierre Garçon. He caught my second ever touchdown pass. My first one was a screen to Alfred Morris. My second one was a come back and go bomb up to Pierre Garçon. So that's pretty cool. Do you guys got enough receivers? I think you guys might need to sign a couple more receivers, you know, just in case. Just be on the safe side. Niles Paul. Niles, you dog. So that's where Niles went. After filling in for Jordan Reed pretty well last season, he is now a Seattle Seahawk. That's kind of cool. Isaiah Crowell is their running back. Oh, they show you the fullback. 89 overall, Lonnie Pryor. Very nice. Now imagine their defense is good. Yeah, corner, middle linebacker, outside linebacker, strong safety, defensive tackle. You know, they got a pretty good defense. The last two teams, or last three, are the Texans, Vikings, and the Titans. So here's the Texans. Quarterback, not so much. Running back Arian Foster's still around, but he's only he's 33 years old, and we do have a 23-year-old backup who's an 82 overall. Zach Lyons is their fullback, 79 overall. At wide receiver, DeAndre Hopkins, very, very nice. If I recall, he's a speedy guy. Is he a speedy guy? I feel like he's a speedy guy. Wow, he's very slow. He's got an 85 overall. Oh, I picture him as a speedy guy, but apparently he's a catching guy. He's a guy that's just going to catch everything. Brian Quick. Maybe that's why I was thinking Quick, because I saw Quick there. Mike Williams is... look at that beard. Good God. All right, then we got Green Beckham there as well. See, I told you, it goes down once occasionally when I hit down the D-pad. And then 85 overall tight end who is also injured. Then we check the all. Let's see. Any immediates? Doesn't appear their defense is going to be that great either. Kind of like just a low overall team. The old Tennessee Titans, huh? Let's see if they did anything in free agency. Marcus Mariota. Why would I replace Marcus Mariota? I don't understand. Running back Todd Gurley. It's kind of odd he's on this team. Then they got Robert Turbin there as well. At fullback, 88 overall. At wide receiver, they have a good receiving core, but I would mess up their names so much. We got White, Wright, and Knight. Who came up with that? Like, they're all great. 85 plus overalls, right? Very good receivers. White, Wright, Knight. Like, why? Man, why? That would, man, that would just, then Corey Brown. That would mess me up so bad. Then we got this Gilmore guy, tight end, 83 overall. And then, defensive-wise, let's see. Right end, right outside linebacker, left end, left outside linebacker, corner. Pretty decent defense. Not amazing. Then the last team, of course, would be the Vikings. And here we go. So the Vikings got Teddy Bridgewater and Phillip Rivers. 286. That's so odd. They're definitely having a quarterback competition that I don't honestly want to be a part of. No running back. Yeah, I mean, 3 running backs. What is with this team? They can't decide. 286 overall quarterbacks. 3 essentially 82 overall running backs. And fullback, 98 overall fullback. Holy goodness. That's the best fullback I've seen. He's actually better overall-wise than... why can't I remember my fullback's name from Washington? Okay, now it's going to bother me. Why can't I remember his name? Daryl Young. Why can't I remember Daryl Young's name? I just said it like 10 minutes ago. We got Marlon Brown here at receiver. A bunch of really really poor overall wide receivers, in my opinion. Here at tight end, 283 overall tight. God, these guys are just one giant freaking battle. I guarantee that's where they're going to have the Hard Knocks competition, or the Hard Knocks show this year, because holy goodness, it's just one giant competition over there. And then defensive-wise, they're pretty decent, but a bunch of pretty decent 80+ overalls. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is pretty much going to conclude the video. I just wanted to get your guys' thoughts and opinions on what team I should go to. Of course, once again, straw poll down there in the video description, so make sure there's a team here that I forgot to go over. I did the Saints, Cardinals, and Ravens. Yep, I did all the teams. Ultimately, it's going to come down to my decision, but I am interested to see what you guys think, what team I should go to. Some things in my head, like these are some things that I'm considering. Well, I'm looking for a new team. 1, I don't want to be in the same division. 2, I would like to be in a different conference, although that's not like, it's not like a deal breaker. Like, it's okay if I'm still in the NFC. I think it'd just be interesting if I were to go to the AFC, so I'd face a lot more AFC teams, and teams that we haven't faced a bunch already. I am looking for a team with a good overall, I'm just going to keep scrolling over like the teams. I am looking for a team with a good overall offense, right? I want a team that can actually help me out. Like, a defense is okay, but, you know, defenses are really hit and miss. I think we had a great defense in Washington, but it was always really hit or miss as to whether or not they would do well. What I want is an offense where my offensive line is going to block for me, which I didn't look at the offensive lines, but that's okay. You can never really tell what's going to happen with an offensive line. But I want a running back who is not going to average 2 yards a carry. I'm looking for receivers that can catch the ball and a decent tight end, you know. And I see that on a couple of teams. Like, for me personally, and I don't want to sway too much voting, but ultimately it comes down to my decision anyway. Atlanta, New Orleans, Cincinnati, Cleveland to an extent. I think they really stepped up at wide receiver, but, you know, they still have a lot of things to work with there, especially since they went 3-13 last year. Yikes. Kansas City's it's mid. The top teams I'd say I'm looking at are Atlanta, New Orleans, Cincinnati, and then they scroll up here, Cleveland as like a fourth, like an honorable mention, probably because they're just my favorite team in real life. Then kind of lower tier ones for me would be like the or like the second tier, I suppose, would be the Kansas City Chiefs, Giants. Kind of, I don't want to be in the same division. Really, that's it. Then the rest of the teams, me personally, I'm just not super interested in the rest of the teams. After that, they all have a lot of problems. Like, a lot of these teams are trying to sign me, just did very poor. Like, the Eagles want to sign me. Makes no sense why they want to sign me. Like, that's why I'm not even considering going to them. For somehow, Jaguars went 11-5, apparently, with their horrible team. I don't understand that. I don't know. Let me know in the comments, as well as, of course, vote or run the straw poll. Once again, link down there in the video description. And with the next episode, after giving it a lot more thought and looking at the teams even more, and, of course, taking your guys' feedback and considering that, I'm going to make my decision as to what team Joe Nero is going to go to. Wait, I can't edit my player. I just want to see this. All right. What do I look like when I'm a free agent? How does this work? Oh, I'm just wearing the all black because I'm a free agent. Joe Nero has no team, man. He has no team. And in terms of numbers, by the way, if I go to a team like where like number 7 is taken, I would then go to number 10. If number 10 is not there, I'm not even sure. Like, I don't know. 7 and 10 have always been my favorite numbers. I may rock like some things like in honor of like my favorite quarterbacks growing up. Like, I liked Aaron Brooks a lot, so maybe like number 2. You know, something along those lines. I do like number 17, but I don't know. I like the number, but it doesn't look great in my opinion. I don't know. Something along those lines. Like, I don't know. Probably 7. I want to say 7 if possible. If not, I'll go to 10. You know, it just depends on what ends up happening. Are you sure you want to back out, lose any changes? Yeah, I don't even care. I didn't make any changes. So that is going to conclude the video. Once again, vote down there in the video description because there's a straw poll for you guys to click. It'll take you over there. You guys can vote. It's free. You can also vote multiple times in case there's like teams you're tore on. So you can vote as many times as you want, I suppose. Actually, well, I guess it doesn't. No, you can't vote as many times as you want. Well, wait, how do I know how that works? Actually, no, I can set it up so you can only vote like once, like per like IP address kind of. So we'll do it that way. We'll have you guys vote that way, and I'll be definitely interested to see what you guys think. So do that. Hope you guys will enjoy the video. Drop me a rating. Hope you guys all have a wonderful day.